Alright, so I want to go through some details. I finally got it printing quality prints. I still have a few small modifications to make, but I think I can get to those in time without a big deal. I have a few little things going on that I need to fix. One, I'm still not getting perfect first level. I don't know if they're squished or what, but it's not bad. Two, I had a whole lot of prints. I'm up to about my 12th print. And I finally have it now, but 1 through 12, a lot of adjustments. Z adjustments were very difficult, mostly because of this screw right here and bolt. The Z homing would hit right on that and cause everything to go off. This plastic PEI or whatever that tape is that you use got ripped a couple times because the Z drive would just drive right into it. It was so messed up. So I adjusted that. I finally figured out it's not just the screw that causes the problem, because then I was homing over off to the side of it a little bit and I was still having problems on occasion. It actually comes down to a little more than that. This side of the Z and this side of the Z, if they change, it changes how the PINDA in-stop sensor, or whatever you want to call it, picks up on things. And it was definitely getting changed here and there on occasion. Well, for one, I had to replace the motor. And when I put the whole thing back together after taking it all apart, I didn't get it back together at the same level, and no matter what I did, I couldn't get it balanced out on the Z again. So I had to literally bring this side up and down until the distance was equal on both sides. And I may still be a little off, and that may be why I'm having a little bit of issues still, so I need to analyze that a little better. But it is printing now, and I am able to get a decent print out of it. The biggest issues I had throughout the whole thing, I would say, would be my X-axis. And I think I mentioned at one point that I had some motors of my own that I was using, and some that I had sold for my CNC machine when I upgraded it to NEMA 23s. I used the NEMA 17s off my CNC machine, and those motors, the Z-axis and the Y-axis, all are working great. The extruder and the X-axis, I used some smaller motors that I found in printers, like inkjet printers and stuff at work, and those are failing miserably. So I went ahead and bought a motor for over here and took this off and replaced it. And since I've replaced that motor, and I don't know if you guys were mentioning earlier in the build, I didn't get the right idlers inside this part here. I can't tell if I'm pointing to that properly. Yeah, you guys can see that. This right idler, so I made one out of some gear hubs I had and such forth, and it was giving a little bit of step problems too, I think. So between that and this motor, I've fixed my X-axis now, which is huge because I could not get a single thing to print without going off on the X-axis. I kept thinking it was the drivers, the motor drivers were overheating or underheating or something like that, weren't giving enough power, so I kept modifying those with the little potentiometer. And then I was all over the board. I'd get it to work for 30 minutes, I'd get it to work for an hour, I'd get it to work for 2 hours, and then it'd go wacko. But I finally think I have a setting that's working. So it takes a lot of fine-tuning to get this where it is right now. And as you can see, even my first layer, my Z here, this little window pane, did not fit. So I'm going to need to, well, I'm not going to mess with that right now. I think it's going to put another layer over it, and that's going to be all messed up, but I hope it's another layer over it because that's wrong. We'll leave it. Anyways, those who are Doctor Who fans probably picked up on this right away. That's a door to a TARDIS, or a wall to a TARDIS, I should say. I'm going to have to do 4 of those and make my whole TARDIS. We'll see how it works. Look it up online if you want to know what a TARDIS is. T-A-D-R-I-S. T-A-D-I-S. I'm missing a letter. T-A-R-D-I-S. So that's why I switched to my blue. Not really TARDIS blue. Egyptian blue. Well, it'll work. It was better than black. I have black and I have blue. That's the only 2 colors I have. So, but I'm able to hold a whole print now. I actually printed a couple pieces off. I'll grab those and be right back.